As a resident of Miami-Dade County, it is your right to know the names and likenesses of sex offenders living in your area. As a public service, we have created this videotape so that you and your friends and family can stay aware, stay safe, and maybe even have a little fun. Enjoy.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. You know we're trying our best to be functioning members of society. We're not here to start no trouble. We're leaving your fight to the sex offender shuffle.
I'm Larry Arthauer, and I'll refrain from touching my neighbor's kids again. What I did was not too kind, but I'm a nice guy, you'll come to find. I've got a backyard and a real nice pool. Y'all should come over for a barbecue. We can make some cold drinks in my blender, but do keep in mind that I'm a sex offender.
Vernon Douglas is my name. My battery arrest is what brought me fame. But there's much more to know about me. I love to dance and I love to ski. I zip and zoom on through the snow. Just strap on my boots and watch me go. But I can't ski until December. Till then I'm just a sex offender.
I'm Charles Dolan, dropping rhymes. I've been arrested 7 times. I know that sounds like a lot. 3 of those times were for vandalism. Feel real bad, I got caught. Might do it again, probably not. I'm not here to make pretenses. I'm here because of my sex offenses.
I'm Sam Pound, I'm number 1. Apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I eat no truffles. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Hughes, proving girls can do it too. And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset, cause I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender, I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Last name Bermholt, first name Mark. I'm moving in somewhere on your block. Not in a house, but in a van. If you need me to move it, I sure can. The last thing I want is any trouble. I've learned my lesson from the sex offender shuffle.
I'm the one they call Arthur Chase. They said I didn't have to show my face. My first trial ended in a hung jury. If I'm found guilty, they'll unblur me. I'm not the necrophiliac Arthur Chase. That's a different Arthur Chase. I'm not here to be my own defender. I'm here because I'm possibly a sex offender.
Okay, real quick, I'm not like these people. Okay, this is an extortion plot by my ex-wife, who's the only witness, and she's trying to take away my kids. And I'm not here to pack my duffel up. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. We're obliged to admit the crimes for which we were convicted. We're not here to start no trouble. We're leaving your fight to the sex offender shuffle.
Not the sex offender shuffle. Yeah. What up? You already know what it is. It's the man about town, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts. And y'all know y'all tuned in, tapped in to another episode of A Real Talk Podclass. You understand what I'm talking about, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Yeah, we about to get straight to it, man. You know what I mean? Now, I was going to do this show, right, on Monday. But I end up falling asleep, man. I work a lot, man. I'm a busy guy. I move around a lot. I work a lot. And, I was tired, man. So by the time I woke up, it was damn near almost going on 11 o'clock, man. It was going on midnight. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to just postpone the show till Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I woke up too late, and, it is what it is, man. But we here tonight. You know what I'm saying? We here. I'm talking about tap in, walk with us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to break this damn thing down. Now, I want to sit up here and talk about this with some serious stuff, though, for real, because you know what I mean, man? Like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy, man. When I came home in 2016, right, man, I was in a halfway house. And I had to stay in a halfway house for 6 months, man. You know what I'm talking about? It was mandatory. I was on transitional control. So, you know, it wasn't like I could just leave when I wanted to. And I could have did the ankle monitor, but it was too much. It just wasn't worth it. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna just tough it out, stack up some bread. You know what I'm saying? I had 2 jobs when I left that joint. You know what I'm saying? I ended up getting my own spot. Like less than 3 months after I got out the halfway house, I had my own spot. You know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I just remember watching YouTube when I was in the halfway house, you know what I'm saying, on my phone. You know what I'm talking about? I forget what type of phone I had, but I had a smartphone, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had access to the internet and I had access to YouTube. And I'm watching YouTube heavy now, y'all, right? Y'all think I'm in the halfway house. And when I'm not at work, I'm in the halfway house. You feel me? So I was working at Family Dollar at the time, and it's crazy because the Family Dollar that I was working at, it ain't even there no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, though. But on another note, you know what I'm talking about, in other news, in player news, shout out to my brother, Sir Ism. In player news. Shout out to the big homie, Sir Ism, in player news. Right? Now, when I was home in a halfway house in 2016, man, you know, I'm watching YouTube real heavy. And I'm looking at all the people who was just starting out, just getting popular. Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh, Jack, my nigga Red. You understand me? Sinful to P. You understand what I'm saying, man? Freeze. Right? Just to name a few. But I also remember looking at a lot of these cats, you know, and I seen the Michi X's and, you know, everybody in the so-called movement, Signetter and all them. You know, I was peeping the game on all that stuff, man. And although I got respect for all of those people to a certain extent, as far as, you know what I'm saying, using their talents and their skills to make a lucrative business for themselves online through, you know, through YouTube, you know, I admired them all for that. But I instantly, as I began to watch, I instantly was able to pick apart the whole scheme and the demo, and as y'all call, the grift. I'm from the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the block a few times, man. You know what I'm talking about? I know some bullshit when I see it. I know some scam shit when I see it. I know some old trickery fuckery when I see it. And sad to say, man, sad to say, when I was watching YouTube and I was looking at all these so-called content creators, right? In 2016, that's when I discovered and I realized that they are taking away. Because when I first got locked up, before I got locked up in 2009, when YouTube really like first started getting like real popular, and we started seeing all the conscious people on there, you know, your Sarah Sutin-Setties, your Stephen Coakley's, rest in the essence to Stephen Coakley. You know what I'm talking about? Your rest in the essence to Bobby Hemmett. You understand what I'm saying? You had all your so-called conscious Pan-Africanism, spiritualism dudes online, you know. And I was watching all that stuff back in 2009, man. You know, and you know what I'm saying? I just seen how the play was getting set. You know what I'm saying? So when I came home in 2016 and I seen all these people online, I said, oh, okay. I see what's going on, right? But one thing I can say is that in 2009, before I got locked up, YouTube was basically a platform that was being used to spread awareness and truth and different alternative information that was exposing the matrix and the system for what it is, right? That's one thing that intrigued me about YouTube, right? And I started noticing how YouTube was becoming a bastion of the same information that I have been researching since I'm now 41 for the past 20 years, right? And I started to see on YouTube, right before I got locked up, I started to see how YouTube was being used to spread this information, right? This is before monetization. This is before you could go live. This is before it was cool to talk about this type of stuff that I be talking about. Because mind you, people was getting deleted and banned from YouTube back in 2009 for talking about some of the stuff y'all hear me talk about. David Icke, Alex Jones, Max Egan, Sophia Smallstorm, Sophia Deborah Tavares, Dr. Elaine or Alana Copeland, I think that's her name. No, Alana Freeland. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who used to be on YouTube spitting their game and talking their shit. And what I started noticing right before I got locked up, I started noticing that YouTube was starting to censor real heavy because there was too much information, too many people on there dropping gems and exposing who certain people are, man. And that's like I said, that was one of the things that drew me towards, you understand what I'm saying, YouTube. And now here it was when I came home in 2016. Here it is 7 years later, 6.5 years later. Right? And I'm seeing a lot of fuckery on YouTube, man. I see the agent provocateurs are about. That's why y'all hear me saying that. Agent provocateurs are abound on YouTube. They are abound. They are running rampant. They are legion. Right? They are legion. And one of the guys who first stood out to me, the dude who stood out to me the most out of everybody was two people, to be exact. Two of them. And those two people were Brother Polite and Young Pharaoh, right? And I was peeping these dudes' whole demo, right? And I just remember seeing them two dudes separately. And I just remember, like, seeing through the whole thing, I saw the grift, if you would. You know, so I saw how these niggas not only was using YouTube to spread, I guess I could call it propaganda, man. I mean, I guess, right? But I see how these two dudes, how they had their meteoric rises, and I both witnessed, and I knew off top that they were going to have a meteoric failure too, a meteoric fall, right? Because these was two dudes who clearly was corny as hell, clearly was goofy as hell, but when you are putting on a facade of an image and playing to people's weaknesses and to people's trauma, you understand what I'm saying? That can cause for a very attractive situation, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It could very well go for that, right? And one thing about Brother Polite, man, is I peeped this about him, man. I seen right through Brother Polite. I seen right through him, man. I was like, man, this nigga, man. I said, this nigga scamming the shit out of people. Brother Polite, real name Michael Nowak, he is like these broads in a lot of ways. He's real good at articulating fuckery. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? Real polite. I mean, real good at I'm talking about very good at rationalizing fuckery. You feel me? Making that shit sound cool, right? Right? This freaking guy, Brother Polite, man. Right? This is one of the first videos I seen of Brother Polite. Right? Tap in, walk with me. I'm talking about 2-hour debates, debating with niggas. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? There's plenty of content of this guy on here going at it with the Hebrew.
His spiritual father, who he called, who's a fucking child molester. Your father is a child molester, period. And he got in his feelings. He got mad, and he thought he was going to punk contest out. If you want to cross the road, cross the fucking road. That's what you do. Don't sit here and talk shit like what's going to pop up, what's going to do this. If you're going to cross the line, cross the fucking line. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. That's what you do.
I call out of water. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord God can get. And listen.
There you go. Let Daddy give you the get that powerful priest the hand. There you go. Hold up. Let Daddy get that Let's don't be disrespectful. I'm not his father at all. You're not his father? All right, my bad. I'm sorry. It looked like you were son of him, that's why. Just remember, you want to call him my spiritual father, that's fine. No problem. Your spiritual father's a child molester.
Got him!
Got him!
Got him!
That's fine. No problem. Your spiritual father's a child molester. That's fine. Remember that. Remember that. You understand that? Okay, go ahead. Take that one right there. That's what you got to bring. So who raised you? That's what you got to understand. Who raised you? He's under the jail right now. Did he not get convicted? Come on now. Let's keep it real. So now you're talking about what? You're talking about biology. Is he my biological father? I don't think so. So why do you want to be simple? Once I get you there. So now once I pull that out on you, now you want to get in your feelings. Because you're emotional. That's the problem. You want to be emotional. But he's supposed to be black people. A man who gets this emotional. When it is a proven fact that his father is a molester. You don't know that? You've been molested since what? The 70s, 80s, since the 60s. My father's a molester. Lord have mercy. That's what you gotta understand. That's what you gotta understand. Say it again. Let me tell you.
Y'all hear what he said? Y'all hear what Michael Nowak said? Y'all hear what Polite said? He said, throw your hands. He got emotional. And this is the reason why I showed this video, because it's segueing into where I'm going next, right? Tap in, walk with us. Who is Michael Nowak's spiritual father, right? 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 Oh, let me do this right here though. We're gonna do it like this, y'all. Right? We're gonna get back to that. But this is his spiritual father, right? This freaking guy right here. Right? Right? This is Malachi Z. York. Right? for y'all who don't know and ain't hip. Malachi Z. York wrote a book. His most popular book is probably Leviathan 666, right? Dwight D. York, also known as Malachi Z. York, Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi et Ali, is an American criminal, black supremacist, pedophile, convicted child molester, musician, writer, best known, right? Best known as the founding leader of several black Muslim groups in New York, most notably the Nuwaubian Nation, a black supremacist new religious movement that has existed in some form since the 1960s. Right? Malachi Z. York right there, right? Yeah, man. That's the guy. He was trying to get his Jim Jones on. You hear me? He was definitely trying to get his Jim Jones on. Right? Now, to understand where Malachi Z. York got his ideology from, you have to do a little bit of digging. But you don't have to do much. Right? You don't have to do much. We don't take much digging at all. Malachi Z. York comes out of a lot of different schools. Malachi Z. York came up under the tutelage of a lot of different guys, a lot of different people. One of those people, right, right? One of those people was a progenitor of this broad right here. Huh? Y'all know who H.P. Blavatsky is? I'm bringing her up to connect the dot on a person that's very, very, that is the person who, how can I say this? She's basically the connector person from Malachi Z. York to who I'm about to talk about. Because Malachi Z. York, which I'm pretty sure he's well aware of, got his teachings through Malachi Z. Through Noble Drew Ali, who got all of his teachings through the Theosophy Society from this lady right here, Helen Blavatsky, right? So that's the reason why I brought her up. And I brought her up to bring up this guy. Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali was a member of the Nation of Islam, but him and Fard Muhammad didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, so he broke off from the NOI and he started the Moorish Science Temple. Right? XL Pro, what it do? Right? Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali is the guy. He didn't found, well, he's one of the, I think he's one of the founders of the Moorish Science Temple. Noble Drew Ali got a lot of his teachings in esoterica from H.P. Blavatsky, because while he was a member of the Nation of Islam, he also, where he came up under the tutelage of Fard Muhammad with Elijah Muhammad. Far Muhammad is a Greek dude. He ain't no black dude. That's another topic for another day. But they all come under the tutelage of Far Muhammad, and Far Muhammad was a member of the Theosophy or the Theosophical Society, which was founded by Helen Blavatsky. So she's the common denominator when it comes to Far Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, and Noble Drew Ali. So Noble Drew Ali, when he broke off from the Nation of Islam and created and started the Moorish Science Temple, this is where Malachi Z. York comes in, up underneath the tutelage of Noble Drew Ali, right? So we got this guy. We got this freaking guy, right? You hear me? Malachi York. Right? We got Malachi Z. York. You know? We got this guy, Malachi Z. York, man. Look at him. An author. I'm talking about I think this is probably his most popular book. This is probably his most popular book. I read this book numerous times when I was in the joint. You hear me? I suggest you go read it. You know? It'll take you into the mind of Malachi, man, and that Nuwabian, which is a mixture of Odu, Ifa, Islam, Kemetian science, Moorish science, and Khazarian demonology. I mean, it's like an amalgamation of everything. Right? So if y'all ain't never heard of this book before, there's a read for y'all, right? This is probably his most popular book to date, right? This is the book that had him going all across the world talking and shit and gathering people and members for his Nuwabian new system or religionist system, right? I was locked up with a lot of guys who claimed to be Nuwabians. Right? So when we're talking about Malachi Z. York, this dude is you can tell where Michael Nowak gets it all from, right? It's clear to see all of this. Right?
What do you mean a pothole? Okay, let me get your third time this morning. Let me move slow. Okay. So there.
You know right from wrong, wrong can't get you. Once you know right knowledge from wrong knowledge, no one can teach you wrong knowledge anymore. Once you know good from bad, you know how to act, fool. But now we done forgot good from bad, so we don't know how to act.
You know good from bad. Listen to what he said, y'all. When you know good from bad, you know how to act. These people tell on themselves. Just like I'm going to show y'all some footage of Brother Polite. These guys tell on themselves all the time. You just have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Tap in and walk with me, man. This is Malachi Z. York.
We don't know how to treat people. We don't have no contact with the universe, and we're wondering why every time we gather it rains. It rains because though I'm standing there telling you have a link to that sun, you don't really want to believe me. You still want to believe in spookism. You still want to worship the word of Allah. You walk up and say, man, he's turning us away from the worship of Allah. Somebody stop you and say, who is Allah? What is Allah? A word. Christianity pushed that in St. John chapter 1. In the beginning was a word. What the word mean? Is what I want to know. Okay, we got back. They said the word means Jesus. Logos.
UFOs have been a conversation for thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians called them the flying boats. The Hindus called them the Vimana. The Bible referred to them as the chariots of God. The Quran tells the story of Al-Nabi Rasulullah Muhammad taking a journey through the night sky on a glowing vehicle of a sort. The angels, the Anunnaki, the Neterat, the fallen ones, the gods, all have been recorded driving these vehicles. Why the big cover-up? Here's the answer. The governments became aware decades ago that not only...
Here we go.
The gathering of the 144,000. The concealers of the facts were destroyed. Our sustainer, you are the one.
But I will say something that Dr. York said to me that brought tears to my eyes, because I was living it at that point too. He said 2 things a man want to take from you. Amen. 2 things a man want to take from you. Your life, it'll make you sick. And my life has been taken, and I've been sick from every last one of them. Yeah. So, and that is the goddamn truth.
Tap in, walk with us, y'all.
My experience and Miss Black's experience.
Wait a minute. One mic. Can I check your pot?
All right, we got to go back one time. All right. This fucking guy, man. All right. See what Malachi York was doing. He was taking a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and he put it all together to make up his own shit, right? And he was using his ability to, awe and razzle dazzle people with his gift of gab, and his able to use the English language, right, which is a language based on straight fuckery, you know what I'm saying, where you could be sounding like you're smart and intelligent, but it's just a whole bunch of nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just like all these dudes be doing, man. Just a whole bunch of gobbledygook. You hear me? Y'all know what gobbledygook is? So as we sit here and listen to a little bit more Malachi Z. York go on his rants, if you would, he only sounds smart to stupid motherfuckers, right? Shout out to Sinful the P, man. Sinful the P is the guy who I heard say that the most. He only sounds smart to dumb motherfuckers, man. Right? People who haven't done their research and people who haven't looked into such things, man, they know that this man was spitting. I knew Malachi Z. York was some fuckery when I first got hit to him way back in 2004, 2005. All right? Let's go, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. I'll share it, social media. Let's go.
Today we're coming live from Sandy Creek Park in Athens, Georgia, and we have with us the Imperial Grand Potentate himself, Dr. Malachi Z. York.
The Imperial Grand Potentate. Look at this man's sweater. He got a compass and square symbol of Freemasonry. He got eagles, and I mean, I'm just saying though, man, these guys right here, man, when I see guys like him and Bobby Hemmett and all these guys, you know what I'm talking about, Stephen Coakley, you know what I mean? Rest in essence to Stephen Coakley, man. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Coakley was a real one, man. Bobby Hemmett, though, super suspect, man. Big agent provocateur energy coming from Bobby Hemmett. But this guy, Malachi York, man, this dude, man. When I first got hit to this dude so many years ago, I was like, man, I see right through this dude, man. I never fell in line with any of his teachings. I read the book for research purposes only, and the book told me everything it is I need to know about Malachi York or David York, whatever the hell his name was, man. All right? What was this guy's name? This fucking guy's name, man. Yeah, Dwight York. He went from Dwight D. York to Malachi Z. York. Exactly, XL Pro. Exactly. Calling this nigga the grand potentate. That's some blasphemic shit right there. Right? That's blasphemy right there. Let's go.
The man that has made it possible for the Nubian nation to be established throughout the world. He has touched many hearts and has opened many minds to the truth. So without further ado, here's Dr. Malachi Z. York. Just a few questions. Sure. And first of all, to say thank you for making it possible for me to be here and to know as much as I do know at this time.
Do my job.
All right. I want to say congratulations on your new title as Imperial Grand Potentate. Can you tell me what it means to us as Nubian people?
Imperial Grand Potentate. Let me just tell y'all something off top, man, right? We're not here to establish empire. Let me just get that straight with y'all, man, right? And break this down for y'all. We're not here to establish empire. We're here to establish kingdom. And it's a huge difference. Ain't no empirical nothing. A potentate, do y'all understand what a potentate is? OG, what's up with you, man? We got my homie OG in the building, my man XL Pro in the building. All my real ones tapping in with me, man. You already know we got multiple streams and stuff going on. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We going in, man, breaking down this whole situation with Brother Polite, real name Michael Nowak, and his spiritual father, known convicted pedophile, child sex violator, and all of this, David D. York, a.k.a. Malachi Z. York. A fucking charlatan, snake oil salesman, right? Listen to how this nigga talk, y'all. Let's go. Tap in, walk with, smash that like button, click on the subscribe to the page.
I wouldn't say it means anything as to Nubian people per se, but in the Masonic world, after you finish traveling, if you make the decision that you want to go over into the shrine and cross that desert, then you do that. If you want to stay there and climb higher and higher, then you'll take on different titles, you know, depending on what you do for the shrine.
Now, mind y'all, when it comes to masonry, Freemasonry, universal, international, global, notice I said universal, Freemasonry, there's only so far you're going to get. And as a nigga, you can only make it to the 33rd level. They ain't going to let your black ass get any higher than that. Right? Listen to how Malachi talks, or should I say Dwight. Listen how this dude talks. All right?
And the people, I'm more concerned with the Afro Masonic lodges and the Afro shrine, because there is a split in Freemasonry between the whites and the blacks.
Right? There ain't no split between the whites and the blacks. Right? The whites don't want you niggas in their fraternities. They only let y'all in a few of them, like Phi Beta Kappa, Beta, Phi Beta Kappa, Beta Kappa Phi. You know what I'm saying? There's a few Khazarian, mostly filled joints that they let you niggas in. For the most part, you niggas is Prince Hall Freemasons, Shriners, Elks, right? Or Eastern Stars, right? Or Sigma Pi Phi Boule. You hear me? For the most part. None of you niggas is Scottish Rite Freemasons. None of you niggas is York Rite Freemasons. You hear me? So, you know, it's definitely a divide. But it's a reason for that. Right? Divide and conquer. It ain't really got nothing to do with race at the end of the day. More to do with bloodline, DNA, genetics. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? So tap in, walk with us. Here we go, man. Malachi Z. York.
And they have the whites have blacks pledging to them, when in actuality, the first Freemason was Nimrod, son of Cush, Ethiopian, and they should be getting their charters from us. So I'm barely here to set the record straight. And I think it's time for Freemasons, I think it's time for us to come forward, because we're getting a bad name because of things that Caucasian Masons are doing, like Albert Pike and Albert Mackey and them, with their books Moral Dogma, where they give praise to Lucifer. And now Freemasons worldwide are being thought of as satanic and all that. And I think it's time for us to step up and let people know what we are.
So, I mean, was Albert Pike wrong? At least Albert Pike said what it was. See, Malachi Z. York and guys like him, they go up underneath the Masonic, you know what I'm saying, get up underneath the Masonic deodorant, if you would, underneath the Masonic wing. You know what I'm saying? They get on that type of time, you know what I'm saying, and they want to try to sugarcoat shit like it ain't what it is. All that shit in Freemasonry, when they talking about building Solomon's temple and the builder on the square, the builder square, and all that fucking ritualistic shit, all of that shit is fucking demonic and Luciferian, man. You niggas ain't fooling nobody. You Freemason ass niggas. Prince Hall Freemason, we know who y'all are, man. You know, y'all not, you know, well, see, back then, people who only knew. We didn't have the internet in 2001, like how we got it now. We definitely didn't have YouTube in 2001, Facebook, and none of that. You know? So what I'm saying is people were able to use this information to their advantage and take advantage of people putting them in a disadvantage, right? But see, now that we got this here YouTube and this here internet, information travels. Now we know who these people are. Now we can sit up here and break down and dissect their psyches. Not only that, we can break down their information, misinformation, disinformation that they've been putting out. And we can say, like, hold on, that's not all the way accurate. And this is one thing that always lets me know who these type of guys are, is when they try to make it seem like they're just so intelligent, like nobody else knows what they know. Like we don't do our research. Like it ain't people out here who have extreme critical thinking ability, who have extreme process of elimination, deductive reasoning, connecting the dots, skills, and ability. And this is when you know they getting full of themselves because they think they so smart that ain't nobody gonna be able to figure out that they on some bullshit. This nigga talking about some black masonry like that's something that you know, we that's cool and good.
Allowed to let them know about our fraternity, right? But to set the record straight. You know what I'm saying?
Mind you, these secret fraternal organizations, y'all, any operation, any organization, group, committee, whatever you want to call it, that operates in secrecy, in the words of my man John F. Kennedy, is repugnant by its very nature, right? Meaning that any organization, group, committee, whatever it is, government agency, whatever it is, government, whatever, operating in any form of secrecy is suspect. It should be questioned. It's not to be trusted. Off top, the very fact that you acted in secrecy lets a critical thinking person like myself know that you have something to hide. And if you got something to hide, that means it ain't probably nothing good. People don't tend to hide things that could possibly potentially work out for the better benefit of everybody. You know? So think about that, y'all. And this is why I have such a abhorrence for secret fraternal organization, which is why I spent more than half of my life doing severe, extensive research and information gathering as much as I possibly could on as many secret fraternal organizations as I could. And trust me, I know about a lot, but there's also a lot I don't know about. So I just know about the ones that I know about. What about the ones I never heard of? right? And that's the type of level of thinking I want y'all to have. Don't ever think you got it figured out because you found out something that a lot of people don't know. Be humble in your research. Be humble in your journey, right? On seeking information, when you're doing your research, be humble that you've been given the ability, this unique skill and ability to do severe, extreme process of elimination, deductive reasoning, critical thinking, dot connecting, you know? So when you hear fuck niggas like Malachi Z. York, or should I say Dwight D. York, notice these guys never use their real names. Be wary of a man who doesn't use his real name. That off top lets you know he got something he hiding. Because why the fuck I can't know who you are? What's wrong with you telling me who your real name is? Now, when I say this, be subjective when I say this. I'm not saying that every person who doesn't use their actual name is someone who can't be trusted. I'm saying certain people, when they're in certain positions and they're putting out certain image or reputation, or they're about a certain message or ideology, I want you to take that into consideration. You know, use wisdom, y'all. Use wisdom, man. Not emotion. Use wisdom, right? Yes, most politicians are members of multiple secret fraternal organizations, right? Most politicians are members of secret societies and fraternal or fraternal organizations. All right. You hear me? Like case in point, your boy Benjamin Boulay Crump. Your homeboy Benjamin Boulay Crump. Not only is he a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, he's also a member of Sigma Pi Phi Boulay and Lambda Boulay, which was on his website at one point in time. But for some reason, when the homie Larry Gator started exposing what he was connected to, he took it off of his website. Now it's not on there anymore, right? He also is a Prince Hall Freemason. Jesse Jackson, same thing. Al Sharpton, same thing. And the list can just go on and go on and go on, right? Keep telling about these Boulay ass niggas, man. Sigma Pi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1903 by Henry McKee Minton, Charles H. Wesley, W.E.B. Du Bois, Absalom Jones, the Talented 10. Malachi Z. York comes from out of that school as well, right? And he's talking about it now. Listen to this fool, man.
Thank you. How do you think the rest of the world views us with your new title as well?
Well, I think that, first of all, it smashes the cult concept. As Freemasons and Shriners, we were trying not to make that public. But because we kept getting slapped in the face with cult this, cult that, then we had to say, as you can see, it says Nuwaubian Grand Lodge. It's not just a chapter, it's a Grand Lodge, right? And our temples are going to spread across the country. And so it's now, in other words, time for us to come forward and let people know that the slander that they keep saying that the cult is a cult, that unless all Freemasons worldwide are a cult, then we're not a cult. You follow? Simple.
Can you tell me what's the difference between a Grand Lodge and a chapter?
Yeah, a Grand Lodge is more like saying a Mother or Father Lodge. And beneath it, you can have different chapters or different, they have numbers, literally. You know what I'm saying? And these numbers will designate have a name over, like the Amos Lodge in Macon, Georgia, or the Enoch Lodge in New York, or the King Solomon Lodge, etc. But they'll have a Grand Lodge above that, which issues charters to subsidiaries.
Black people.
Top down, Let me tell y'all how easy it is just to pick these niggas apart. Top-down structure, hierarchical structure, operating in secrecy, degrees of initiation. It's very serpentine, very Saturn in its essence. Now, y'all hear me say that a lot. Serpentine, Saturn. See, these people insult our intelligence because they think that we don't know this stuff. They think we can't put it together. This whole structure and system is demonic because it is an inversion of that which was created by the Most High. Everything in our reality is inverted. He said, Elks and Shriners. No niggas nowhere on earth had secret societies. Secret societies were a result. Where do secret societies come from? Who's the father of deceit? Secrecy. Notice that Yeshua didn't operate in secrecy. The Most High doesn't operate in secrecy. Right out in the open. Right? Keep that in mind as well. Listen to this dude, man. Let's go. Smash that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share the social engineer, man.
People seem a bit concerned about the election of President Bush. And how do you think this will affect black people in general?
Frankly speaking, I think President Bush is a good president. I'm not saying that I didn't like Clinton. I like Clinton because he was a black.
He said George W. Bush, the guy who was on watch during 9/11 and so much more fuckery, he think he's a good guy. Run that back.
How do you think this will affect black people in general?
Frankly speaking, I think President Bush is a good president. I'm not saying that I didn't like Clinton.
He thinks President Bush was a good brother, and he's not saying he didn't like Clinton. Listen to this guy, man.
I like Clinton because he was a black president. You know.
He said Clinton was a black president. He absolutely was not. Black people got more fucked in Clinton's presidency than any other one. His presidency is a presidency where the goddamn black population skyrocketed in prison. What happened during Bill Clinton's watch? That caused what I just said, all the niggas in prison.
Not the first, but one of the first black presidents. But I like the way Bush deals. I've always been a Republican, and that's difficult when I socialize with most Democrats.
So he's a Republican. He's a Freemason. Let's go.
You follow? And so I think what President Bush is doing, the way he's handling himself, and the way he's even dealing with foreign affairs. I don't know about the economics yet because it's taking a little time for us to get, adjusted to the seats. But I think he's a good president. I think he's going to prove himself to be a good president.
This guy said that George W. Bush was going to prove himself to be a good president. And next to Biden, he's arguably probably the worst president in history. Exactly. You already know, OG. Oh, sleepy skin mask Brandon. He was the senator in Delaware, if I'm not mistaken, at the time. Right? This guy, listen to this dude. This is a guy who was heralded as being a grand imperial potentate of the Nuwapian Lodge, Grand Lodge. Let's go. You be believing these niggas. That's like a slap in the face.
So we don't really have much to worry about.
No, we don't have nothing to worry about regards to who's in office, because a bird with a white, what do you go, right wing or left wing is still on the same bird. So we ain't gonna, until we are in, we're not in. If all the racism is going on, you see what's going on in Cincinnati. It's going to continue.
That was my next question, actually. What's happening in Cincinnati? Do you think the racist behavior of the people in Putnam County?
Now, what was going on in Cincinnati at this time? Now, I want y'all to think back. Y'all my age, some of y'all, so I'm pretty sure y'all maybe remember this. This made international news. Right here in my state of OH10, Ohio, you need real play with real players. What happened in Cincinnati, 2001? Right, y'all remember what happened? This actually was the catalyst event that sparked the whole going on 20 years now, plus cops shooting people, psyop. Yeah, hey, listen here, y'all. Now think about the word cult. Cult is simply the shortened version of the entire word, which is the base word occult. And occult, OCCULT, all it means is that which is hidden. Now, that doesn't necessarily have no negative connotations to it, but they shorten it and call it cult, and they automatically, through word association, associated with things that were evil and diabolical. So when you hear the word cult, you automatically associate it with negative or evil, when it simply just means that which is hidden. Right? So there's a little lesson in etymology for y'all right there. Right? But yeah, listen to this new Wapian dude, man. You hear me?
Howard Sales and all his cahoots. Do you think that kind of thing could erupt in Eatonton?
Yeah, I do think it can erupt in Eatonton. I think Howard Seals would like that.
Group tries to claim it has a secret membership among white officers. Such infiltration was once common in many police forces around the country.
A lot of my members are wearing badges today, and I know they have an itchy trigger finger. They're praying to God something happens here today because they want to take out a couple of these.
And discrimination leveled at them by the Planning and Zoning Board, the Board of Commissioners, County Attorney Dorothy Adams, and husband Frank Ford, the Eatonton Police Department, and other officials. The Nuwaubians have risen to the challenge and are beating the racists at their own game. By taking the battle from the good old boy kangaroo-style court of the Okumulgee Judicial Circuit, where grandma is the judge, father is the attorney, the uncle is the sheriff, his son is the police chief, and cousin Bob is head of planning and zoning, to the higher court system with hopes of getting some justice.
I just want to say that my life as a radio icon has been devoted to spreading love and harmony and peace.
Right. Now, notice I told y'all to just listen to what he was saying, right? Right. Listen to how that nigga was talking. That nigga Dwight D. York, aka Malachi Z. York. Right. You going to jail, nigga. This nigga definitely going to the joint. Don't make no mistakes about it. Y'all was believing this nigga, man. Y'all be ashamed of yourselves, man. This is why I say y'all niggas say y'all don't need game, man. If y'all niggas had game, y'all be able to see through niggas like Brother Polite, man. Right? This is all, there ain't got none of his videos up on here, man. They got all bad shit about this nigga. Listen to this nigga.
After a while, shit just keep clicking. You know, when you in a poverty stage, every time you get money, shit keep disappearing. You're like, yo, every time I get, oh, yeah, I got
Something
5 stacks.
Up, yeah.
Shit working out. Sister need bread. Fucking light. Shut. Light bill back. Credit card. I was going to put this on. And before you know it, you thought you were going to have that money for 2-3 months. That shit gone in the first week. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit is like that with poverty. But guess what? I can tell people it's like that with success. There come a time you just be thinking, let me try this. It just works so quick. You just got to get into the momentum of success. But that's what I mean by you have to cut off dead weight, bro. You got to stop being around people who don't see the vision. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
then people that understand and see the vision, but they scared to invest in it or work with you and grind to get there, lose sleep, abstain from sex. I know I have less sex than the average man who's single, and I'm polygynous. You feel me? I know I do. Now I have my moments where I'm just spazzing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga shit can't even lift up no more. I'm like, fuck, I gotta hide from these girls. You know what I mean? That happens. You know what I'm saying? I try to get out of that situation because it's tantalizing. But even the best nigga, you keep going in, you know, you be just trying to talk to your joint like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I can't be doing this shit 3-4 times a day. I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? I'm using my saving products.
Don't it?
Shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
No, some of that old multi-level
you
media
get OD,
shit, right?
You know, doing this shit 3, 4, 5.
Hey, OG. OG. Hey, it sound like some of that Primerica multi-level marketing fuckery, huh? That's what it sound like. Like somebody trying to show you how to, you know, just buy these knives and shit looking motherfucker. These are the best knives in the world, man. I got the time, I'll get your time share. Come get in this susu, man. Oh, multi-level market is bullshit, man. That fuckery, man. You hear me? That shit is usury on steroids, man. Usury. I want y'all to understand that this whole financial system we operating off of is based off of a demonic Luciferian Saturn, very serpentine ideologic structure called usury. Y'all brothers know what usury is? Look at it. Listen, he sounds just like Malachi, man. He sounds just like Dwight. He sound like Dwight D, man. You hear me? Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, try that shit on one of these stupid niggas. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. You feel me? I'm trying to give me some motherfucking toilet paper and some fruit and shit and get up out of this motherfucker, man. Yeah, he looked like the type of nigga that was definitely in the garment district. Definitely a old Washington Square Heights ass nigga for sure. Definitely a motherfucking you know what I'm saying, uptown Harlem area nigga. You know, we go by all the niggas be trying to hawk all they shit to you and shit, looking ass nigga. Selling fake Louis glasses and shit, fake Fendi glasses and fake Ferragamo belts and shit.
5 times a day and got different women accessible to you. You don't want to fuck up your weeks like that, you know, and then that's creativity you're giving away. So you got to be real scientific about when you ejaculate.
Brother Polite Facebook, like, nigga, what the fuck?
Or when you ejaculate. You know what I'm saying? So when you take all that, I wrote a book about it, Resurrection or Reserve Erection, and then you also got Open Heart Surgery. Those are real good books, right? That talk about sex and how to make things manifest using the woman to bring it into this world. No spooky shit. It could probably be wrong. I believe it's true. And I see things working every time I'm doing it. So I'm like, it's right in my world. I'm sticking with it. But it could be.
Notice what he just said, y'all. Did y'all hear what this nigga just said, man? See, I know my nigga OG got ears like me, man. He be hearing the same shit out here. You hear the fuck nigga just said, man? And y'all, man, this is what I'm saying too, y'all, man. You niggas and you bitches was buying this bullshit. Y'all, this is what I be saying, OG, man. XL Pro, anybody watching, looking. This is why I'm saying, man, I'm too thorough of a nigga, man. Like, y'all understand, if I wanted to come on here on this goddamn internet, on this goddamn YouTube, if I wanted to come on here and just tell y'all a whole bunch of bullshit and make it sound good, you don't think a nigga, man, I would be sitting over here caping, or should I say caking off of you niggas, man, and especially you bras, because y'all bras love to get told some fuckery and love to pay for it. And it's crazy because when nigga trying to actually put you up on some real game, y'all don't support that shit. But a nigga lying to you, telling you some straight bullshit that just make you feel good, y'all motherfucker, y'all digitally make it rain. See what I'm saying? See how we being made to be digital? This nigga saying a whole bunch of fucking nothing, man. You hear me? I seen right through this nigga when I first came home in 2016, OG, man. I was like, this fuck. I said, man, if I was a fucked up nigga, OG, I'd be sitting over here telling these bitches that they queens of the universe and all that shit, and I'd be out this motherfucker rich as hell. You hear me? I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror knowing I'm doing that shit to get some bread, man. You feel me? I see it's working. It's right in my world. So so I can't say it's true. I can't say it's a fact. I can't say it's proven to be true, but it's working. It's working in my world. For me, it's working for me. Looking motherfucker, man. Oh, you got to be a complete dumbass to have felt for this shit, man. So what does that say about the so-called black community? You niggas actually was believing niggas like Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh. Believing niggas, man. I believe in a lot of these niggas. Them two being probably two of the most what's the boy name? Nature Boy. Y'all's believing them niggas, man. That say a lot about black people, man. Y'all was supporting them people. Y'all support, man, the people. Oh my God, man. I ain't gonna get into that, man. Yeah, man, you Hotep niggas, man. You old Hotep Cometian, African, you know what I mean? Pan-African ass niggas, man. You niggas is terrible, man. Like I always tell y'all, man, niggas need to do their research, man. You niggas really need to do y'all's research, man. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I be on the shit I be on, because when I be listening to these niggas, I'll be like, man, these niggas don't, not that these niggas don't know what they talking about, but they, either they do know and they taking advantage of people that don't know, or they do know some, but they don't know nothing for real. So, and Brother Polite is definitely one of these guys who is clearly an intelligent guy, but he's also so smart he goddamn stupid, right? Yeah, man, you niggas, you Hotep ass niggas, y'all niggas ain't motherfucking getting that shit by no real ass niggas, man, from these damn streets of the motherfucking America, man. Talking about niggas been out here hustling and grinding in these streets all day life, man. You niggas ain't getting past us with that weak ass shit. We see right through that shit. I'm just upset that y'all be falling for this shit. Y'all can't see through these niggas. Y'all was actually believing these niggas, supporting these niggas. Brother Polite, Umar, Young Pharaoh. You hear me? Nature Boy. You hear me? A lot more of these niggas that have been found out to been pedophiles, creeps, lames, losers, suckers, homo niggas, fun boy niggas. Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all have no discernment of character. And that's terrible. It's horrible. That says a lot about the so-called black community. That's why I say I don't identify with the black community. I don't even, man, ain't no black community for I'm concerned. Where is it at? Point it out. And that's usury. That right there in itself, that right there, what this nigga doing is usury, XL Pro. What he doing is usury. Digital holographic usury at that. Selling motherfuckers hopes and dreams based off of some souped up fancy spitted out information because he got a gift of gab and he know how to make shit sound slick, especially at a time when people was just searching for a leader. That's one thing about niggas, man. Niggas just stay searching for a leader. They just gotta have somebody to look up to. Oh, Malcolm. Oh, Martin. Oh, Stokely. Oh, this Muhammad Ali. Oh, this whoever it is. You know, always looking for a goddamn savior. Right? The only person who can save you from you is you, and then the Most High. And you can't get to the Most High unless you go through Yeshua. That's just the structure and order. And remember when I told y'all earlier how they inverted everything, the natural structure and order? Right, let's continue to listen to this fuck nigga, man. He sound just like Malachi, don't he? He sound just like Dwight. That nigga's name ain't Malachi Z. York. That nigga's name is Dwight D. York. Nigga, I wonder that D stand for Delbert or some shit like that.
You know, I can tell you that.
That's real.
But it's working for me, so it's right in my paradigm. You know what I'm saying?
It's working for me, so it's right in my paradigm. You know what I'm saying?
I think of it. I tell the woman cooperate. Mantra it up. Keep chanting the same goal over and over.
I want y'all to know that that is demonic. Do the etymology on the word mantra. Right? You repeat something over and over and over. Now, this is not necessarily all the way negative connotations attached to it. Notice I talked to y'all about a lot about something that I always refer to. Shout out to my brother Red. I always refer to it on Red's page. Neural linguistic programming. Right? And that is constantly repeating words. Now, neural linguistic programming can be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Right? So take that into consideration when you talk about repetition. Notice that Dr. Umar, when he's trying to really reference a point, he repeats it 3 times in a row. Pay attention to that. That's neuro-linguistic programming. Umar, you're not fooling nobody, dude. You hear me? When y'all hear Umar repeat things 3 times in a row, that is specific. That's not only neuro-linguistic programming. That is a specific type of neuro-linguistic programming. That's some programming that they taught in MK Ultra. So that's why when I see and hear Umar talk, I look at him like, yeah, you suspect, nigga. Right. The very fact that he does that and he does it as often and as frequently as he does lets me know that Umar is a highly potential agent provocateur. Right? Just like this nigga right here, Brother Polite. Right? Michael Nowak.
And at the point of an orgasm, be bringing it to fruition. You feel me? And it be working over and over, bro. I'm telling you. I'm on some other stuff with the way I be generating my success. But if I tell people it, they like, oh, you don't want to tell me the real secrets. But what happens when you don't have the resources yet? You got to use the sexual energy to get you there. You feel me? Like the sexual energy is a cap.
This nigga is talking about sex magic, y'all. That is demonic. Yeah, young Pharaoh flipped and said, fuck the queens. After saying that the black woman is God and I'll bust your face and I'll beat you up if you say something about the black woman. He went from that to shooting up the black woman, shooting at the black woman. How you going to shoot out God's house, man? How you going to be calling God a bitch, man? You know, God ain't going to push you. Well, I ain't going to say that. All right. Y'all see young Pharaoh's little weak ass Hey, man, I got hella respect for young Pharaoh because he's an intelligent young brother, man. He just need to have some big homies around to guide him, man, so he won't be on that bullshit. And I believe somebody got to him. When they realized he was having influence and having an audience, I believe he got that phone call. I believe somebody came and seen young Pharaoh and said, gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Right? And they sit up there and told that nigga, like, look, you gonna do this shit here. Remember, young Pharaoh had an interview with Robert David Steele. When I seen that young Pharaoh, a young hood nigga, allegedly, I don't know who his pops is, I don't know who his mother is, but we just gonna keep it at surface value. Young Pharaoh, a young nigga from out of Buffalo, New York, was able to get super popular on YouTube, spreading information, kind of similar to stuff I'll talk about. And he got to a point where he was on big platforms with known CIA agents like Robert David Steele. I don't think Pharaoh a hustler. I disagree with that. I think young Pharaoh, whatever your brother's real name is, I think young Pharaoh just was seen as a person who had a lot of popularity real quick. YouTube made him popular real quick, and I believe that he was approached. I believe that I have nothing to support what I'm saying. This is my theory when it comes to niggas like young Pharaoh. I believe these young niggas be getting approached by somebody from Google, maybe, I don't know, from somewhere, and tell these niggas, like, listen, this is what you gonna do, or this is what's gonna happen to you. Right? The unintelligent artificial intelligence knows our weaknesses. It knows how to play digitally, holographically on our emotions. It knows how to trigger us. Keep telling y'all, man, y'all better pay attention. This guy right here, though, man, Michael Nowak, man. You hear me?
Listen, your biggest resource is your mind. And your sexual force. You have that. You don't have to buy it from over the counter. You feel me? Like, you actually got your greatest resources to become wealthy. You have it. All you need is a vision, focus. Don't take your mind off it. When I got a goal that I'm on, I be pacing in the house. My wives let them know. They're like, oh, you got a plan. And I cannot shake it. It's hard to sleep, because I just know it's so real. I keep seeing it. I got to keep working on it. I go to sleep with the purpose of dreaming about it. And I'm orchestrating the way it's supposed to work. And I think about it so much over and over and over. It's like an objective focus. Like, if I say think apple, you close your eyes, you think apple. And then I say think about how the apple tastes. Bite it. What color is the apple? Red. How red is the apple? If you keep going over and over and over, there's a point where enzymes will start secreting in your mouth. And your taste buds, your salivary amylase will start being secreted. And you'll start really feeling.
Listen to how this y'all fell for this shit, man. Y'all fell for this shit, man. That's crazy, y'all feel. I was in the halfway house watching this shit, like, man, these niggas is crazy, man.
This apple, you actually would taste the apple. You come out that motherfucker, you want the apple. I'm about to go to the store, let me get an apple. Suddenly you got a craving for it. Same thing with anything you visualize success-wise. If you can capture that thought and you can keep it consistent, and then you do this. You're having sex with a woman, right? And you're saying this. Every time I want to bring about that success, I'm going to focus on that during the course of sex. That's tricky. Because at the point of the orgasm, you have a tendency.
That's sex magic. Right? That is sex magic. That is demonic. I'm not even going to go there with y'all tonight, right? But what Brother Polite is talking about is stuff he learned from reading tantric sex magic, right? the will of intent. This guy right here is so see-through, man. You hear me? And the fact that so many of y'all was just following this guy blindly, not doing no research into such things, not doing your own due diligence, just going along with what he said because he's just a black dude and he just resonate with you on some level through the trauma, and you just sound real good, it sound official, and nobody went and checked it out. Nobody went and did their due diligence. And he is spitting goddamn Nuwapian, theosophical, demonic ideology and doctrine made up to look like some old African, Pan-African, which is demonic, Pan-African. I mean, I done broke this stuff down to y'all. Pan, demon, Greek, goat god, Pan-African, Africanus, Scipio-Africanus family, the Scipius, the Africanus family, who was involved with spirit cooking and cannibalism and human trafficking, sex trafficking through the Roman government empire. Huh? This nigga ain't fooling me. Neither was none of these other niggas like Young Pharaoh and all them niggas. And I'm gonna keep saying them niggas' name, not for no clout, but I'm just saying you niggas actually was believing these niggas. That's like a slap in the face. Let's go.
See to go blank. It's a fact. You'll be thinking about the thought like, yo, I know, brother. Like, keep thinking about it. Then that shit get crazy. She back that shit up on you. She start wilding out, twerking with your shit in it, and you start forgetting what the fuck you was thinking about. So you in the sister, and you thinking about what you want to make manifest. You got to hold on to that thought. What's going to happen is a number of things. We could talk about the metaphysical part, right? But let's talk about this part right here. That's real deep. What's going to happen? This is called emotional transmutation.
Emotional transmutation. There's no such thing.
If every time you have sex, when you think about that project that you want to see through, let's say I just need a book done. And every time I have sex, I'm like, yo, I need this book to be done by this date. I need the book to be done. I don't want to get tired when I'm writing a book. It may take long hours. I may have to do research. So you say to yourself this, I'm going to have sex. Every time I have sex, I'm going to think about this project and how it needs to be done. Look what's going to happen now. Eventually, you don't need the sex. Eventually, the book becomes the ecstasy. The completion of the book is actually going to be the orgasm. If every time you think about getting the book done, you're having sex, the energies merge. And now you get the same fulfillment when you're actually writing the book. And now you'll stay up longer to finish the book because you're trying to achieve the orgasm, which is the completion of the book. It's called the doctrine of emotional transmutation. You think about it while you're having sex, and that ecstasy, that arousal, that excitement, that comes from ejaculating or from her going through her orgasms. The emotions start merging in. And then your goal becomes synonymous with that. So now your work ethic changes because your work ethic becomes sex. So this is why we say with the man, he's the activator and the woman is the motivator. You feel me? When it comes to sex, it'll actually happen. Like I had a real bad anger issue. So I started taking time out to study language whenever I was angry. This is emotional transmutation. Every time I'm angry, I start studying language. The language takes me.
Shut up. Oh, yeah? I know about this.
Now. Testing 1 2 1 2. Yeah, we in the building, family. You already know what it is. It's going down. It's going down.
Hey,
it's going down.
Hey, put that D in the Two Worlds Collide because you know they're going to distract us from the whole show.
Say that again.
Put that D in Worlds.
Oh, damn. I'm Russian, man.
You cannot misspell nothing with these black folks.
Yeah, I'm Russian. Man. Which one? You mean going across the screen, Polite?
It says when two worlds collide, but you missing the letter D.
All right, where you talking about that? Where it's strolling across?
The title of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Russian, man.
When you go to the channel, sign at the studio.
All right, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Let them go ahead, have a little something to argue about. You know, it's all good. They know what I mean. But I'm gonna fix it as we get this going.
But I'm gonna fix it.
I know these niggas had a debate.
For their ass.
I know these niggas had a debate.
I'm telling you, you know.
Peace and Black Power family. Y'all already know what it is. It's getting ready to go down. Minister Jap is feeling his own. He's going in right now. I got Brother Polite in the building, and this is going to be one y'all don't want to miss right here. Make no mistakes about it, man.
Man, should I speak up first, man?
Nah, hold on, not yet. We ain't start yet.
Oh, okay.
We ain't start. I'm getting this ready.
South side. So it's my people in Chicago in here.
South
side in the building.
South side in the building. Shout out to the South side.
Oh, that's why Jack be going in on this nigga so much.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting ready to fix it right now. Good looking. Good observation, Brother Polite, for catching that.
Oh, good looking. No doubt. Appreciate it.
Because you know they would have been like, you dumb motherfucker. You know?
Hell no. I know these two niggas actually had a debate. What? That's why
everything else is right?
On this dude, pause, man. Black woman is God, man. Fuck out here.
Yeah, everything else is good.
You gonna do your intro with the white man going in you?
Nah, I ain't gonna do that intro. I got my man, Brother Larry. Peace and Black Power family. Y'all already know what it is. Once again,
came home in 2016, and I was seeing him say that shit. Young Pharaoh say that shit. Everybody on Facebook, Instagram saying that. Oh, black woman is God. Oh, Shiras, oceans, libations, paying to your ancestors. Everybody's on that African spiritualism bullshit, demonic shit, man. That Pan-Africanism fuckery. I was like, man, these niggas crazy out here, man. Sarnetter ought to be ashamed of himself too, man, being the fucking host of a lot of this fuckery, man. This nigga Brother Polite, man. This nigga was a creep, man.
We are here. We are going live. I got Brother Polite in the building. I hit him up. I said, yo, Brother Polite. Come on, Polite. You just froze up on me, bro.
Internet bad. Internet bad.
Hey, you should have titled it an elevation as a people.
Come back through. I always say that Brother Jabari is the Floyd Mayweather of consciousness, but make no mistake about it. Brother Polite is the pound for pound. It comes to this debate league right here. Make no mistake about it. All right, you already know he got an award last year from Sarnetta TV for being the best pound for pound when it gets into this ring. So, Brother Polite, we got Brother Polite, we got Minister Jap. Introduce yourself, Minister Jap, to the people.
First and foremost, I appreciate you, Sarnetta, for bringing me on the platform. Salute to Brother Polite as well. You know, I've been following both of y'all since before I even started YouTube. You know, everybody who know me, who know I'm a controversial blogger, got my own radio show. We talk about real topics. I basically brought the barbershop to the internet in a Chicago South Side type of way. You know, we deal with dating when we are highly critical on one of our biggest obstacles. In elevation as a people, and I put that critique heavy on the black woman, and I give a lot of brothers this game and this information on how to maintain the success that you have, because I don't believe that you're going to get it with a woman. I believe that you're going to get it regardless. Just picking the right woman that you're going to bring into your world is going to allow you to keep it for as long as you keep it. So I give a lot of brothers the game and information based off experience. You know, I don't particularly deal with a lot of theories and fantasies. I kind of deal with the reality of what we're dealing with now. And I give a lot of brothers this information, and it's been resonating with a lot of brothers. So that's what I do, you know. This nigga on the phone.
This nigga side is a horrible.
All right, brother Polite, go ahead, brother. It's on you.
Okay. Brother Polite, I do comparative studies of monotheistic religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity. I also mentor people on holistic health as well as economics, whenever or wherever it may suffice. I'm hearing a echo. Is that?
Nah, you good. We don't hear echo. You good.
Yeah, I don't hear no echo.
He said, nigga, no, like.
Come on, Polite. You just froze up on me, bro.
Badass internet. Nigga, shut up.
I say his face just in there froze.
Yeah,
Using it as an analogy or something that can, uplift these women or something to that degree. Is it just a compliment, or we meaning it's very literal that this woman is God? Because if she is God, she's got a whole lot of explaining to do.
Man, listen.
I've seen a lot of the reasons why a lot of people have said this based on the Egyptian stuff and all that, the different gods and all of that, and but present day, because none of this information is really coming from a woman. It's all coming from a man. And if she's God, and me, I would believe God to be all knowing, and be responsible for its people. And if I'm to worship this woman, then she is responsible for a lot of the problems of our community. Because
hold on, Minister Jack, Polite, did you hear any of what he was saying? Because you went out again.
I heard every single word he said.
Okay, all right, bro. Go ahead, brother Jack.
Yeah, because like I would hold her responsible for everything that those who critique your so-called organized religions, whether it be Islam or Catholicism or Christianity, the way that those gods and those prophets and those stories were being critiqued, and the whole, well, is Jesus coming back to save us and all of that type of thing. And that's a very, very fair argument. But now we got a walking, talking, living, breathing God that I can so-called look at. And I have someone here in the flesh to actually hold responsible. Now, again, I'm not sure what are we doing when we're saying that she's God. Are we just is this just figuratively being used, or are we literally saying that this is the all-knowing, the creator of the world, the galaxy, the mountains, every animal, all came through the vagina of this black woman? And if so, I got tons of questions and things I need to hold her accountable to, because now
where's the volume at?
Yo, you just went silent, Jap, just now. Your silent just went dead just now.
Man.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, you good.
They just had that terrible ass feed, man. That nigga Sonetta need to step his damn internet game up. But I didn't even know. Right. I didn't even know that these niggas had a debate. Right. But it makes sense though why this nigga Jack be sitting up here torching this nigga like how he do. You feel me? He deserve it too. He deserve all of it, man. Right? Now, hold on. I want y'all to see this too, though. This is what I want y'all to see.
York are unanimously influenced by any alcohol, drugs, or narcotics. You understand you are charged with 40 counts of aggravated child molestation that you could receive a maximum sentence of
40 counts of child molestation. This is the leader and founder of the so-called YEWTEWB Masonic Lodge. This is Brother Polite's spiritual father. You motherfucking PEDO Pan-African ass niggas, man. Yeah, we got the footage on you niggas. The internet is a motherfucker, man. Let's go.
30 years in confinement for each count that you're charged with 34.
He got 30 years per charge. He got 40 charges. Wow. Let's just say Malachi Z. York is never getting out the joint. He's going to die there for sure. All right, let's go. Tap in with us all. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, Mike.
Counts of child molestation that you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement for each count. That you're charged with one count of sexual exploitation of children, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement. And you're charged with 2 counts of influencing witnesses, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 10 years in confinement for each count. And that you could receive a minimum sentence overall of 10 years on probation. I'm telling you the most and the least. You understand that?
Actually, Your Honor, it was 10 years. Aggravated child molestation, minimum 10 years.
But on the name would be 10 years. You understand that? You understand?
This is a lot different from that nigga who had that new YEWTEWB t-shirt on, right?
Then you have a right to an attorney, and in fact, your lawyer, Mr. Aurora, is here with you and representing you. Is that correct? I'm going to inform you of certain other rights that you have, Mr. York, and inform you of the fact that if you plead guilty, you give up these rights. You have a right to trial by jury. You're presumed to be innocent. You have a right to confront any witnesses the state presents against you. You have a right to subpoena any witnesses you want to appear and testify for you. You have a right to testify and offer evidence if you want to. You have a right to the assistance of an attorney during the trial. You have a right not to incriminate yourself. You have a right to plead not guilty or remain silent, not in any plea, and in either case automatically obtain a jury trial. You understand these rights, and understand if you plead guilty, you give up these rights. You heard the recommendation the state made. Is that the recommendation you understood the state would make? Did you, in fact, do what the district attorney, Mr. Bright, told me you did? How do you plead, guilty or not guilty, as to all the indictments that were cited by the district attorney? Did anybody force you or threaten you in any way to cause you down to this guilty? Did anyone promise you anything to cause you down to this guilty? Are you satisfied with the services of your attorneys, not only Mr. Aurora, but your other attorneys? Were you able to hear and understand my statements and questions to you? These are the old 30 minutes, please.
Your Honor, we've gone up this. It's the trial of not guilty plea and your guilty plea. And it comes down to both the defendant child case because it's pleading not guilty in this case. Based on constitutional rights, plead guilty as charged with offense. I've already enumerated those on the record. They're the same ones I've enumerated before, Your Honor. I signed on behalf of the state. Bathroom signed on behalf of the state.
Look at this nigga. Broken. What happened to all that rah-rah shit? Yes, they have, XL Pro.
Clear? Malachi Z. York, I find you plead guilty was freely, voluntarily, and knowing manly. There was a factual basis for your plea, and I accept your plea.
Huh? After his guilty plea, state and federal prosecutors recommended Malachi York be in prison for 15 years and serve 3 years of supervised release. But on June 25th, 2003, U.S. District Judge Hugh Lawson rejected the federal plea bargain and argued that York should be given more time in jail. On June 30th, 2003, Malachi York was given an opportunity to plead guilty to the federal charges and face the possibility of a longer prison sentence or go to trial. At that hearing, York claimed the federal government had no jurisdiction because he was the chief of a Native American tribe, the Yamasee. That nigga said he said that the government had no jurisdiction. Oh my God. Judge Hugh Lawson said he will consider a motion to have Malachi York tested to see if he is mentally competent to stand trial. York will be given another opportunity to either plead guilty or go to trial.
Madeira Franklin, born April 11, 1986, currently 16 years of age. Madeira was approached, stated that her molestation began when she was approximately 9 years of age. It began in Eaton and included oral and vaginal intercourse and continued into Athens. It ended in 2000 when she left.
Wow.
She specifically was quite graphic as to her first misunderstanding as to what was going on. She was 9 years of age, and the defendant made her undress and began to touch her and asked her if it felt good, and she's 9 and she's naked, and she didn't understand. And then had her touch him, and she didn't understand what she was supposed to do. Then that childlike confusion was quickly replaced with sexual sophistication and knowing what to do.
That's crazy.
Madeira Franklin, also an individual who, under the cloak of being in the company of other individuals, managed to talk to law enforcement, but begged that the information not come out. She was afraid of her mother and she was afraid of her grandmother. And lastly, Your Honor, in the indictment, I introduced you to Abu Salam Muhammad from Laura. She was born on March 20th, 1984, approximately 16 years of age. His molestation began at 14 years and began at 18 and included oral and anal. And though he's quite graphic about his own molestation, one story that he was pretty explicit about, something that struck him, was during one of these acts where there was group sex going on. Issa Johnson was present. That he witnessed Mr. York anally penetrate Issa Johnson. And as he told me, he'd never seen her.
Damn, not anally penetrate, man. Damn, hold on. Pause, man. Pause, man. This is Brother Polite's man's in there, man. Look what Brother Polite going through right now, man. Lord knows what the hell he did. God damn, man. Tap in, walk with, smash that like button, man.
I've seen eyes that look like that. He said you could tell that Isha was in a massive amount of pain, but he was amazed that Isha never shed a tear.
That's crazy.
That's how we knew it had been going on for a long time. Because at 14, Abdus Salam broke and screamed out in pain when the defendant attempted to anally penetrate him, and yet here was this 9-year-old who did not.
Right.
The defendant is pleading guilty to the counts involving the 13 individuals on the indictment, but I think it behooves this record to make sure that the court is aware, pursuant to the similar transaction motions, and I want the record to be clear. Habiba Washington, Nicole Lopez, Sakina Woods, Sakina Parr, Khalid Eddington, Shawty Perez, Alexis Perez, Keturah Lampkin, Atia Thomas, Sahelia Williams, Sahelia Thomas, Keturah Eddington, Kwamra Muhammad, and Aquila Smith fall in that category of victims as well. I just wanted to make sure that the court was introduced to the victims in this case. Thank you.
Yeah, man. There you go right there, man. Right? Now, we got to watch this right here. Right? So this dude, when all this stuff first came up, right? I mean, there's just so many videos on this dude, man.
Blacks don't mess around. We different from 90.
So like I said, I've been out here with the white man the whole time. The white man will tell you I'm official. It's just my community ain't been watching. So it's like.
So do you feel like you've been betrayed by your own community?
Yeah, I've been. But listen, my mother didn't even love me, man. My family kept me from my father. My mother used to say she ain't love me, she hate me. All my family used to kick me out. Every black woman in my family kicked me out. My aunts that wasn't really my aunts kicked me out. I've been cheated on by every single girlfriend I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't write me when I was in jail. Niggas ain't send me no money. You know what I'm saying? My close friend that I got close with, Robert Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? He was a 5%er, but you know what I'm saying? When I was in jail, I wrote to school. They ain't write me back. Ain't nobody fuck with me, and me and him fell out because he was flirting with my son mom, I feel like. So like I said, my community been dogging me the whole time. Then when I got out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Niggas introduced me to the conscious community. They told me to go fuck with Polite. I went to fuck with Polite, and he scammed me. And the only reason I got my money back because I pulled up on his right-hand man and told his right-hand man, if you don't get my money back, I'm going to clap the shit out of one of y'all niggas. And that's how I got my money back. And he is a scammer. You can ask attorney Ike Speaks. And then after he scammed me, like I said, I was already lit on YouTube. I had like 30,000, 40,000 subscribers. And they invited me to New York, talking about they wanted to do an interview on me talking about chakras and spirituality, but they really tried to humiliate me and embarrass me. And if y'all watch that clip I put up on my channel called Young Pharaoh Has Been a Genius All His Life, you see everybody out there trying to laugh at me while I'm talking. So
explain what the sun taught you.
Oh, what did the sun teach me? That all physical reality is sustained by motion, and anything that is no longer at an electromagnetic vibratory frequency undergoes what is called death, which is the permanent termination of the biological function with sustained living organism. If you fuse your spirit body or your ether body with your physical body, you can eat directly from the source. So the soles of your hands, the soles of your feet, the palms of your hand, these transmute energy. These are your 11 chakras. Your aura is you have 7 levels of existence. You only see them with the 2 eyes, which is the 3rd dimension, which is the densest level. You have a 7th eye, which is your crown chakra. When your kundalini is flowing, you're supposed to know this, Mr. Amin-Ra. When you no, it's Egyptian as well. When your kundalini energy is flowing and all your chakras are aligned, your light body is permeating, and your light body takes over the physical realm. And you see with Koshel now.
Y'all's believing that fuckery, man. Huh? Y'all's believing that shit too, man. That's crazy. Y'all was believing that nigga. That's like a slap in the face. Huh? All of that shit is demonic. Chakras, chakras is an ancient Sanskrit word translated to English means wheels of light. But not wheels of L-I-G-H-T, wheels of L-I-T-E. Which gives them physical properties. Huh? Your chakras are a part of your human magnetic field or your auric field, your morphic field, your input-output carrier signal that can be manipulated by outside frequencies, right? But being a product of this reality, which is a copy of the actuality, not that created by the Most High, but formed when Lucifer, Satan, and Devil came in contact with what the Most High created, the earth. So when you talk about your chakras, we're talking about this skin suit. The Most High did not design us to have chakras or wheels of light, L-I-T-E, weight, physicality. So when I hear these guys talk, I automatically off top knew that these niggas was on some bullshit. So when I used to be sitting in the halfway house watching these guys do their content, it just was like wow. And I never created a situation where I did content surrounded around exposing these dudes or putting their shit to whatever, you know. As we see, both of these dudes have crashed and burned. Young Pharaoh been crashed and burned out. I told so many people about Young Pharaoh. People come to me all the time. Verse, Stacks, what you think about Young Pharaoh? The young brother's smart and intelligent. If he got up under somebody's deodorant, he would be a good, asset to some people. But since I think the YouTube people got to him first, now we see what happened to him. And then Brother Polite is in his process of decline. This fucking guy talking all this shit he talking, and you sit up there literally walking in the exact same footsteps of your so-called spiritual father, Dwight D. York. I mean, he is literally going down in the same fashion as Malachi Z. York. Quite cryptic,
You eat on that realm because that is the driver that's in control. So you have never transmigrated the physical realm, so you don't have no experience. They tried to trick me into humiliating me and laughing at me on camera, and I've been being attacked and dogged by the conscious community the whole time. Polite lied and called my...
Like, nigga, shut up, right? And to this day, he can't, you can't explain this. You feel me? I want to see the...
Blacks don't mess around. We different from 90.
Cuddy gang.
Peace to the family. So I'm just here to address peace to the family. So I'm just here to address
some popular rumors that have been spread to rectify the matter. There's been a rumor spread. There's two main rumors that's been spread, but the main rumor is that I have pled guilty to child molestation. So let me clear up the two things that need to be addressed. Did I make a plea? There's been no plea. Did I plead guilty to child molestation? Never did. So the people that are spreading this rumor,
I got an expel, bro.
I'm asking you out of respect to my family, respect to my wives, respect to my children, because you clearly hate me. And you clearly hate me more than you have any love for another child. So I ask you guys to respectfully stop spreading rumors. I never made a plea, and I never pled to no damn child molestation. So no matter how much you want to believe it, no matter how much you want to propagate it, no matter how much it excites you to say that, it's absolutely false. I never made a plea, and I never pled to no damn child molestation. So these two things need to be rectified right now. There are no pleas on my behalf, and I have not pled to no damn child molestation. So please stop the freaking rumors. The last thing I'm going to address very quickly. This means that people are lying. If I was lying, you would be able to find something that contradicts what I'm saying. I made no plea, and there is no plea for child molestation on my behalf. I never plead to no child molestation, and I never made a plea in the first place. These are lies. These are lies. And that's it. Now you could try to turn it into a conversation about, but what you should say is this and what you should say is that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I ain't paid 6 figures for a defense, for me to be out here speaking on my own behalf during a wild ass situation. Now the white man is the goddamn devil to you guys all the damn time, every day around the week, until he says something about someone that disagrees with your religion or your politics. Lastly, before I get off this live, I just want to address the likes of this guy, just finding out who he is. Hold on.
My nigga, shut up. Yeah. Exactly. Every listen. TLA, JT Pocket Watson, who's not even a lawyer, he's an accountant. TLA said this. Any lawyer that you would talk to would have told you that they would have strongly suggested that nigga Michael Nowak did not do that. That was the worst thing he could have done. He should have shut the fuck up and not said nothing. This right here is what got him all the way booked. I mean, he was already booked before, but that just solidified. That was the nail in the coffin right there. I can't believe his so-called conscious ass did that dumbass shit. I'd have never in my life did no shit like this. Like you said, you paying 6 figures for lawyers to speak for you and represent you. What is you even talking about the shit for?
If you hit a man in time.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Harris on behalf of Mr. Nowak.
I'm sure you all are aware that there's a lot of folks on Zoom on this case.
If we may go sidebar for a moment.
Sure. All right, so back on page 10, Mr. Nowak, it'll be reset for plea 9/6. Can we set it for 10 a.m.? Is that all right, or just?
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
9/6 for 10 a.m. for plea. You're going to take possession of Mr. Nowak's passport and then do a notice of compliance that you have it.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. Man, listen. Y'all was believing this nigga, man. Wonder what Floyd got to say about that shit.
If you hit a man,
go by the name of Brother Polite, real name. Taylor was basically asking him, who children are you talking about? Then,
all right. This nigga Brother Polite, man. Yeah. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend, man. You did. You can't do shit like this and think you're gonna get away with it, man. You know? This guy, man, he going out just like Malachi Z. York, man, just like Dwight D. York, man. The exact same way. Your dick got hard, huh? When you was fucking with them little bras, huh? Right?
Nowak, his real legal name. He made a recent court appearance back in June, and he is due to appear in court again July 7th. So if you haven't heard, he is going to plead guilty, and he's going to be serving time, you know? And if you remember when this news broke, he was all over YouTube denying that he did anything wrong and claiming he was going to sue everybody that was putting videos out about him. And lo and behold, now we are, what, 2 years out from when we first heard about this, and he's pleading guilty. So what you're about to hear is an audio clip from the actual court. And you're going to hear his name, Michael Nowak. You're going to hear all of that in this clip that I'm going to play for you. And this is a shout out to Van Digital, you know, the one that posted this clipping. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. All right, let me put the audio on.
On page 13 of your calendar, Michael Noah. Waiting staff on Kentucky State. On page 13 of your calendar. Different page where am I starting? And also hearing this also case on the show.
Uncle Diggity, what it do, man?
On page 13 of your calendar, Michael Noah. Waiting staff on Kentucky State.
Right, page 13.
Smack. Oh, pedophile ass nigga. The Hotep hustle. That's just the pocket watcher with JT right there. The Hotep hustle.
Well, I'm just here to make you think radio.
Shout out to the homie Dane.
Well, he normally garners attention for his online posts, but now this social media influencer, motivational speaker, is making headlines for the wrong reason.
Wow. This is crazy. Oseo free thinkers, Oseo Niji. Today's topic of discussion is one of those topics I wish never existed, really. But it seems as if people are still holding on for dear life to particular people that are truly against our people in more ways than one. I'll be expanding on my take about that in a second, but first, let's discuss this current situation concerning Son at his own. Believe it or not, Son at his own. Michael Nowak Jr., aka Brother Polite. Now, some of you may be familiar with Polite due to his affiliation with these same pan-goofy, pro-black goofy agents that have been slandering me for about 7 years now. All of these goofies would claim that they are part of the so-called black conscious community, which they did have a good 3 or 4 year run online. And a lot of those brothers that came from that movement are the ones that are upset with me and jealous of me still today. Isn't that a coincidence? But through all of that, Polite has stayed quiet concerning me and my teachings, as he should. But now it's been times when he would leave a comment or two in the comment section of my videos or comment under one of my Instagram posts. And these comments were surprisingly in support of my teachings. So Polite and I did not have a formal conversation or any contact with each other, really. So I just continued on with my work like normal. But jumping ahead, about 2 years ago, Polite was arrested, or surrendered rather, to police after he was accused of sexually assaulting his girlfriend's 14-year-old daughter.
NBC6 reporter Kim Wynn is live in Miami Beach tonight with more on the arrest of the man known as Brother Polite. Kim.
Yeah, well, Jawan, the suspect surrendered here at the Miami Beach Police Department earlier this week. Police charged him with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. We did speak with his lawyer earlier tonight, who says that these charges are false.
This is the mugshot of 37-year-old Michael Nowak Jr., also known as Brother Polite, to his more than 300,000 Instagram followers. Miami Beach police arrested Nowak this week for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. Police say the alleged victim was the daughter of a woman he was romantically linked to. Defense attorney David Terrace says his client is innocent.
Once the evidence is produced, that he is going to be exonerated. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else.
According to the police report, Nowak, a motivational speaker and author who lives in LA, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. The report states Nowak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. Police say the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breasts, inner thighs, and buttocks. It goes on to say Nowak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Nowak trying to make her throw up.
These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always motive. There is always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see.
The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs, with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Nowak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Nowak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Terrace says the police report is only an allegation.
And Nowak claims to have written more than 90 books. In an interview, he also claims to have several wives. For now, we're reporting live in Miami Beach. Kim Wynn, NBC6 News.
So there we have it right there, man, right? This lame ass nigga, Michael Nowak, sat up there and followed in the exact same footsteps of his predecessor, Malachi Z. York, real name David D. York. He sat out there and fooled all of y'all, had him thinking he was some type of fucking genius that knew some shit that don't nobody else fucking know. And he done sat up there and scammed the shit out of all y'all. Y'all done bought this nigga Bentleys, Rolls Royces, jewels, all that bullshit. Come to find out, he is literally just like his spiritual, so-called spiritual father, Malachi Z. York, David D. York. He literally went out in the exact same fashion that he did. What does that say about us as a whole, to where we venerate and put on pedestals and put these people high up and give them up so much props and big them up, make them so more popping than what they actually are. People like Brother Polite, people like Young Pharaoh, no hating, real shit. Because what have any of them brothers did with their massive influence that they had at one point before the fall? What did they actually do to help and better or make better the so-called Black community, even where they were from, respectively? It was all a big grift, as y'all say. And I was able to see through this shit back in 2016. Right? Turn right around and playing guilty, talk all that shit, talking, making videos, talk about some you did not plead guilty. People start saying threatening to sue people and all that crazy shit, nigga. Your ass was guilty the whole goddamn time, like us real ones knew. Right? It wasn't even no fuckery or no type of bullshit involved on anybody else's part. This was all you. All your fuckery. Sitting here talking about some black woman is God and goddamn it, all this bullshit, polygamy, all that bullshit, your wives and all that crazy shit, man. And then, like I said, I don't really feel no type of way towards Brother Polite, Michael Nowak. It's more disappointing to me to know that the overwhelmingly mass majority of all of y'all actually supported this dude. Y'all was not able to see through this nigga's whole them up, which was quite obvious, and that's sad. That says a lot about our community, so-called thereof, if there is anything at all community. That says a lot about it. It says that we are prime and prep to remain slaves as a whole. Now, I ain't talking individually. I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole, this make us look bad, man. This make us look weak. That they can just still sin. They ain't even got to use the boule no more. They don't got to use the divine nine no more. They got you goofy ass, thirsty ass, going to jail ass niggas, hood ass niggas, non-content creating ass niggas, fake woke, think y'all know something, but y'all ain't really even scraped the damn surface yet. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You hear me? The Most High set things up for a time such as now, man. You hear me? It's time for all the real to come take over this mess, man. Real ones with critical thinking ability and know how to connect the dots on this shit and break this shit down to y'all. You know what I'm talking about? And show y'all how everybody who acting like the truth is really a goddamn lie. Right? YouTube makes famous for who it wants to make famous. If it wants you to pop, depending on what you talking about and the influence you can garner talking about it, they'll promote that fuckery. Anything that is actually putting people up on game, actually challenging the system, actually creating an environment where people are using their critical thinking, their deductive reasoning, their process of elimination to be able to see that everything that they being shown is straight fuckery, straight mind fuckery. All these different ideologies that you can identify and align yourself with, all these different identities you can align yourself with to get a sense of who you are from, residual self-image, the digital projection of your mental self. It's time to shut this shit down, man. It can only continue if we continue to acquiesce within it instead of recognizing for the illusion that it is, man, and not believing in this shit. Ignore these bitches, man. Stop commenting on their videos when they make goofy ass videos. Stop commenting on it. Stop looking at it. Stop engaging. We can make, like I keep telling y'all, we can make the Matrix do as we see fit. We have that ability, y'all. We can literally make the Matrix do as we see fit. Notice I said we. Right? For real, man. Y'all tap in and walk with us, man. You know, we about to get up out of here, man. I just want y'all to know, man, when I come on here and I bring y'all these jewels and these gems, man, I do it because I love y'all, man. You know what I mean? I know it's a lot of infinite-minded people out there, you know what I'm talking about, who want to sit up here and have platforms, you know what I'm talking about, so where they can come and speak on things, you know what I'm saying, in a comfortable space and environment, you know, with like-minded people, man. I understand how imperative that is. You feel me? I understand how important that is to be able to have that. So, I take it as a duty and a responsibility, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do that for y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother XL Pro. Shout out to my brother Uncle Diggity. Shout out to my man OG. Everybody else that's attendance in the building, man. We're going to get this page popping as well. I'm going to simultaneously post content over here and on the other joint. The other joint should be off of restriction by tomorrow or Friday, I'm imagining. But until then, we're gonna sit up here and work two pots like Benny Hannes over here at A-Real Talk Podclass. You did. You know what I'm talking about? You already know, Uncle Diggity, salute, man. You know I rock with y'all brothers, man, because y'all rock with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give a fuck if it was one motherfucker up in here. You understand me, man? We're going to break this damn thing down, man. You feel me? Brother Polite deserved to be in jail, man. That nigga's a scumbag, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm glad all the fake is being exposed, though. You feel me? Told you they use you niggas, man. They use you niggas up on this here internet. They make you real famous, make you real popular. And as soon as you start going against the grain, as soon as you fall out of line, or as soon as you stop having any use, that's when that motherfucker come get your goddamn ass. And Michael Nowak had to know that this was going to come to a screeching halt at some point, man. Operating in the way he was. Nigga, what the hell is you doing taking a 14-year-old to a hotel room and to a club? Like, for one, the mom need to be held accountable. And this is what we're going to probably talk about tomorrow for ladies' night. You know what I'm talking about? You let this man take your 14-year-old daughter to a fucking club. And even if he lied to you and told you some other shit, what would make you allow this grown-ass man to take your 14-year-old daughter anywhere? What the fuck is you talking about? Man, that shit sounds goofy as hell. Ain't nobody taking my 14-year-old daughter anywhere. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, you took her to the club? So you mean you took a 14-year-old to a club that allowed a 14-year-old to get up in there? That club need to be shut the fuck down too. Hold on. You went to the hotel with a 14-year-old feeling on her and stuff, bro. Come on, bro. He up in there at courtroom looking just like his big homie Malachi is D York. Should I say Dwight D York? I think his name is Dwight. Dwight around your lip. Man, thank y'all for tapping in. We're going to go in tomorrow night, ladies' night, man. Salute. Everybody come in. I ain't make the post for ladies' night yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow. We're going to get to it, man. Tap in, walk with me. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, sharing social engineering. We're going to get with y'all tomorrow for ladies' night, man. We're going in, man, over here at A-Real Talk Podclass. My brother, Uncle Diggity, is the one who came up with that term, Podclass, A Real Talk Podclass. So shout out to the homie Uncle Diggity for contributing his infinite mind to the situation. You understand me? That's how we do it over here. Real ones tap in with each other and we support each other, man. We come up with, you know what I'm saying, creative slogans and creative, ideas, you know what I'm saying, they promote the content. You did. Not only that, my brother Uncle Diggity also made it the track for every one of my pre-recorded videos I drop. That intro music you hear is made from one of my loyal brothers and supporters, Uncle Diggity, out of that West Coast. You know what I'm talking about? So we definitely support each other over here. The real support each other, man. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody make no goddamn mistakes, man. Nobody tell you nothing different, man. Real recognize real, and the real support the real. You feel me? And we ain't on no bullshit. We grinding and growing slowly but surely. We ain't in no rush or nothing. We ain't got nothing but time, right? When it's everybody's respective time to shine, they gonna get that line. You know what I'm talking about? That's that limelight. You did. So tap in and walk with me. Y'all smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Of course, sharing your social engineering. We're gonna ride out to this classic track. I think it's only right that we do. You did. Fake woke niggas, man. Y'all niggas need to wake up, man. The alarm clock is going off. Tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, sharing social engineering. You understand me, man? Tap in with your real ones, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's go, man. We see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah. D&E. Stacks with the facts. What up, Stacks? I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me. Glitch the Guarantee. Yeah. And we bringing this message to you fake woke niggas. Gotta wake these niggas up, man. All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda. Niggas believe in it. Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up, time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up, time to wake them up. I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from your slumber. Wake them up, Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumbass niggas. Drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Now let's be immediately, we the wake them up henchmen. A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah. Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls. In illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like a baptism. The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop off niggas really be lames to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast. In every post, I'll be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We got a face down. While they come coming with microchips and vaccinations. Fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic. This was a damn gimmick. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, Blitz. You better tell these niggas this Agenda 2030. It's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new Green Deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. Who want they red pill?